It's a spy scandal that's already rocked the White House, an intrigue that could threaten the presidency of George Bush. This story centres on incredible allegations of spying on a scale never before imagined. It involves America's Central Intelligence Agency selling computer programs to foreign nations. These programs allegedly allowed the CIA to spy on the intelligence agencies that bought it.
You can turn back now, or learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. In August of 1991, the corpse of journalist Danny Casolaro was found in the tub of Sheraton Hotel's room 517 in Martinsburg, West Virginia. He had 10 to 12 slash wounds on his wrist. Investigators also found a suicide note nearby. Coroners twice ruled the death a suicide. However, Casolaro's family believed there was more to the story. In the time leading up to his death, Danny Casolaro had become increasingly panicked. He told his brother that anonymous callers harassed and threatened him on the phone, which his housekeeper confirmed. Casolaro also told his confidants that if he died, it would not be a suicide. Instead, he implied, it would have something to do with his latest investigation, a massive conspiracy of silence touching on everything from surveillance software to the October surprise, Iran-Contra, and more, bridging generations and reaching all the way to the White House. Danny Casolaro called this conspiracy the Octopus. Here's where it gets crazy. Today, most people have not heard of Danny Casolaro. What was he working on? What happened to him on the night of his death? According to witnesses, he was traveling to Martinsburg to meet with a contact, possibly regarding the now obscure Inslaw case. In the 1970s, an IT company named Inslaw developed a people tracking program called the Prosecutor's Management Information System, or PROMIS. A data mining tracking system easily decades ahead of its time. The deal went sour, and Inslaw eventually took the Department of Justice to court, alleging that the United States did not honor the contract. Inslaw argued that the government pirated this software, sold it to other countries, and tried to bankrupt and silence their company to stop the truth from getting out. In contentious congressional proceedings, compelling evidence emerged to support these claims. As time passed, more and more witnesses came forth, including former Mossad Deputy Director Rafael Eitan, who claimed that U.S. and Israeli intelligence agencies cooperated to sell a Trojan horse version of PROMIS to foreign governments. It's possible that Casolaro's investigation began here, but soon he stumbled into what he believed was an international web of espionage, assassination, drugs, illegal weapon trades, and more. He traced the ringleaders to the upper reaches of private security firms, the CIA, and the Reagan-era White House. Today, questions about the events persist and remain unanswered. Theorists have drawn increasingly complicated links between events alleged to be part of the Octopus, but how much of this is mere conjecture? It's common knowledge that the world's intelligence agencies have and will murder to keep secrets. But did they murder Danny Casolaro, or did he commit suicide? Numerous people, including former congressmen and other journalists, don't believe the official story. And, more than 20 years later, questions remain. Did someone murder Danny Casolaro for shedding light on the stuff they don't want you to know? Learn more about the Octopus in our audio podcast.
The PROMIS software was allegedly altered on tribal land in India with a lack of federal oversight. And just like Microsoft Windows, the database program kept up with the times, upgraded several times over the years. But PROMIS came back to haunt America in ways never imagined.
A disturbing indication that Robert Hanssen, the FBI man accused of spying for the Russians in what officials said at the time of his arrest was a massive security breach, ended up helping Osama bin Laden. As correspondent Carl Cameron reports, Hanssen sold the Russians an extremely sensitive piece of U.S. technology, and the indications are that they, in turn, sold it to bin Laden's al-Qaeda terrorist network.